Welcome to MCpodcast, aka
Metaculture
Podcast. And in this video today, we're talking about animes that you should never ever in your lifetime watch in the dub. Like these shits, you're criminal. The reason because for one, they're just either ass, they fucking suck, or two, they're just the sub is so much better. You're wasting your time watching it in the dub. The voice acting in the sub's gonna give you euphoria, and the dub's gonna be like mid as shit. So if you like this type of video, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't, go check out the other video that I mentioned before, best animes to watch in the dub.
Yes, sir.
It's here in the card somewhere. So go ahead and check that one out. But anyways, let's hop into this video.
Let's go. Alright, we're gonna start off with our first one here, and it's gotta be Fairy Tail. I mean, you're gonna take one literal look at that first clip at a first episode, and you're just gonna be sitting here like, yo, what is going on? Not only that, every time they scream friendship, clip it.
But what I'm talking about is the bond that's always been my salvation. Friendship is what gives me power. It's what fires me up.
I want to fight for my friends.
Honestly, it was bearable in the sub, and I think that's what I watched originally, which was in the sub. And one time I was like, how is Fairy Tail? Because I used to watch when I was younger. I took a peek in the dub, and the second I saw it, I turned it off. That's how bad it is. And I'm sorry if anybody's offended by that and messes with Fairy Tail in the dub, but you got to rethink a little bit, just a little bit.
I know, I 100% agree. I could not, when I was younger, I couldn't stand, their power of friendship and how often they used, friendship as the reason in the dub. It was just so cringe. It really made me, feel embarrassed to, I'm watching anime.
This is one of them shows, man. For younger, I feel like it's for younger, people, targeted group.
It definitely is. But, I don't know. It has, those Ichi moments that will hold the shit out you.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I don't know, bro. Maybe it's just like that.
No, the other the spinoff.
That's so true, though. No, I didn't think about that.
The other show, I forgot what it's called, but it's a spinoff.
Oh, Eden
Zero has the same type of dubbing and same dialogue.
I actually like that one though.
I don't know. Friendship shit is kind of cringe. Though.
Okay, the crazy part is the friendship is cringe, right? It's always about that. But honestly, they took up the animation a tad bit and changed up the story. It's crazy they kept the same characters though, the same character design.
Oh yeah.
So every character has the same character design, but it's just a different character. It's weird, but
I think Eden Zero's dub is pretty trash too.
Yeah, they're both pretty mid.
And okay, the next anime on this list that has a terrible dub is Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, my older brother really came to me and said, "Yeah, Khalil, gotta watch Yu-Gi-Oh! In the sub because the dub, I remember. Listen, Yu-Gi-Oh's our childhood. A lot of our childhoods. A lot of us were collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. The word on the street is that the Yu-Gi-Oh! In the sub so much different, way different. As a matter of fact, it's factual because it's 100% a different story. It's actually a very common thing since it was definitely meant for younger kids. They always back in the days they always changed a lot of the dubbing, and hence we're gonna to another series that's very popular, and that one is Pokemon.
Yeah, I know. Pokemon. Bleach is the next one. But yeah, obviously Pokemon. This is a hot take Tuesday, really kind of take right here. I honestly watched it in the dub, so I can't really say anything. But in the dub, it was definitely how it would seem, and how I kind of picture Fairy Tail, which is if I go back and watch Pokemon, it just seemed obviously for 5-year-olds almost, the way the dialogue is set. Obviously certain moments are different, but it's the most dialogue is like that. So it's kind of the same case with Pokemon. That's definitely a hot take. People probably have never watched in the sub. I have a little bit.
Yeah, I've watched it a little bit.
It's weird, honestly. I wasn't I usually watched anime in sub, but it was just weird watching that one in dub because it's Pokemon, sub. Sorry, but.
Dub
is pretty mid.
Yeah, honestly,
but you can listen to it. I grew up watching it.
It was pretty good in the sub, honestly. I was actually pretty surprised at how interested I was in it. Usually, I'm not interested that much into the Pokemon because of the dubbing, and even Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, I follow Yu-Gi-Oh heavy, but Yu-Gi-Oh is another one that the dubbing was not as good, but the sub is actually a lot better. I recommend you guys watch that. Next one on this list, Tanner spoiled it for you guys, but I'm gonna take it because it's my shit.
I knew you wanted that one.
Bleach. Bleach's dub is not bad actually. I think out of all the big three, I think it's the best. But
no,
the sub in Bleach is just so much better. Like, it's far superior. This one is on the list because the sub is just superior, not because the dub is trash. If you want to watch Bleach to the dub, no hate to you. But I'm just gonna put this clip in real quick when Ichigo says Bankai in the sub versus the dub.
Valid.
Bankai!
It's just when Ichigo says Bankai in the sub, bro, you feel that shit, yo. When he says it in the dub, it's like, alright, but in the sub, bro, bro.
Nah, alright. The next one on this list, I think me and Khalil agreed that. So the next one on this list is another one me and Khalil kind of agreed that the Naruto Shippuden dub was terrible. Like, the voice actor didn't change whatsoever. We agreed Sakura sounded absolutely stupid and cringe and honestly hard to watch is what we agreed on. And overall, like, if you watched it in the dub, that's fine. But if you really want to experience something good and some good voice acting and real conviction in these like characters' words, watch it in the sub. It's definitely way better. We both agreed that Naruto original, different story.
A1.
Dub is A1. Everybody feels like they fit their character. This even with the soundtracks, they seem really good, normal. But yeah, I don't know what happened from the conversion to Naruto Shippuden. But it was something was lost in between there. So
my honest opinion is that they should have changed voice actors for some of the characters because like Naruto got older. So
Way
Naruto
older.
should have a deeper voice. Like, it makes more sense, right? And then Sakura, I'm not gonna lie, I probably just didn't like Sakura, but she was cringe.
there's some bias to it for sure. Man.
I thought like Madara. No offense. I thought Madara. I liked Obito's voice acting, but I thought Madara's voice acting didn't match. I thought a lot of people's voice acting just wasn't the standard, and the sub just did really what was eating off people's plates, man.
I would just think about Madara's speech. Like, I think low key, both speeches I've heard in dub and in sub, low key. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that voice actor did a good job of that part, but most of like the main characters, I feel like they fumble with more.
Yeah.
Like more with, because like you hear them all the time.
Yeah.
Madara, you're only hearing a certain amount of time, so obviously he's gonna be hyped up and good, even in the English. Well, even with some of them, it sounded a little iffy. But yeah.
I want to do One Piece.
I'm gonna do One Piece. Honestly, I couldn't watch One Piece in the dub. It might be easier because it's such a long show, and you might want to hear it in the background. I know that part is difficult, but if you really can, I would try to watch the important parts and sub because the voice actors really do. I feel like way better than regular dub voice actors. Shout out to the few that actually do, like Goku's fucking scream and some other parts, which valid, like fair dues. But other than that, it's like it needs to be a little bit more like, I don't know if it's because we're so used to just English voices, but they just sound so much like more meaningful when they say it in Japanese. But
honestly, I just think the level, the
level of intensity is just different.
Yeah, I think it's just the sub voice actors. I'm not saying that the dub voices don't like One Piece, but you can tell the sub voice actors, like even in all the big three series, I feel like they're a fan of the characters themselves. So they're like, I just feel like they are actually that character. I don't think like that's the English dub version. Like when I hear the Luffy sub voice actor, I think Luffy. Like I know that doesn't really make sense, but I'm just trying to say like the dub actors don't make me feel like they're that character. I just think there's someone that just saying it in English, so I can understand.
I can agree with that for sure. But One Piece, it's just such a long show, so if you have to watch a dub, fair. But sub, definitely for sure try it.
One Piece is trash anyway, so like.
Holy shit! You did not just say that after fucking commenting on Bleach. Fucking, there was an ad every single episode of that show.
Sounds like I'm smelling hate in the air.
The fucking main arc. Oh, let's go do a beach scene. All right.
Cap. Anyways, let's just move on before I One Piece to pieces. Next one on this list is ReZero. Now, if you guys are ReZero fans, I don't need you guys jumping on me. I'm a ReZero fan too. I'm really hoping they announce season 3 real soon. The reason why ReZero's on this list is because ReZero's sub is so much better than the dub. It's unbelievable. Like, really, I get why some people, if you are a dub ass nigga, it's not a problem. There's no problem with it. If you're a dub ass nigga,
it feels like there's a problem with like the way you say that though.
You can watch ReZero on the dub. And don't get me wrong, there's some great ass moments. Like, when Super was on the scene and he's telling him how he hates himself, it really touched him. It touched me. But the voice acting is way better. Just so much more better. There's no point in you watching that series in the dub. The sub is if the dub is here, the sub's like to the roof.
I low-key want to shout out one anime that does both amazing, and I think you know what that is too.
I don't.
It's AOT.
Oh yeah,
AOT. It doesn't matter if it's sub, if it's dub. I swear, this is like, even though it's a little extreme in like the Titan sense, but it's like the most perfect anime for like an introduction to like every other show in anime.
It's a perfect example of how you do dub and sub. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like I can imagine like a bunch of different scenes from English and sub.
Yeah.
It's just like it has the combination of both. It's like, dude, that show is perfect in that sense. And I still, all in all, that show finished and it's still a banger.
I'm not gonna lie. I have a hot take. I think the dub is better than the sub.
What did you say, nigga?
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
Hey,
I can't.
Future versus series. Future versus series. Future versus series.
Future versus series. We need to do that right now. I'll fucking fling.
Alright, what's the next one? Next one on this list is Ghost Stories. Now, Ghost Stories dub isn't really trash.
It's just out there, bro.
It's out there, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this anime would be able to come out today because of just the amount of shit it says to people. It makes like you just gotta watch it, honestly. Yeah, so let me give you a little backstory. The sub of Ghost Stories was really bad. The story of Ghost Stories in the sub was really bad. So when the Japanese people during the early 2000s send it over to America, they're like, really don't care about this anime. You can do whatever you want. So the head guy that was producing the anime basically was like, fuck it, let's just go all out and do whatever the fuck we want and Americanize it. So they went all in and just went, we're gonna make the first, basically, as the first parody or abridged anime ever, I think, that's kind of been really good and really funny. The dubbing, technically speaking, is bad, and on top of that, it was a really common thing that was going on in like basically 2000 from 2015, basically, of trash dubs.
Oh, that's true.
That whole era, basically,
I don't know what happened, bro.
That whole era was just a bunch of really bad dubs going on. So it was in that era, but it was really good because of the fact it was an abridged series. It was a parody, and they just said things that were so outrageous that I fucking love it. It's my hero. It's me.
Oh my god! All right. Next one on this list is definitely another hot take. My Hero Academia. Once again, just in the sub, it just feels like the characters fit their voices so well. I couldn't imagine anybody else voice acting them. So when I listen to the dub, it's just there's a I don't know if it's because there's a lot of whininess I hear.
Oh, because Midoriya, the first season, was just a bitch, bro. It was actually, I'm not gonna lie, that was hard to listen to too.
Alright, it was just a lot of the same thing at once, and I know it's to show character development and kind of to a point, but it's still a little much, especially with the female. I don't know, some female characters just sound so stuck up and mean when they're portrayed so differently in the Japanese version. It's just some of it's so twisty. I don't know. I just don't get the same vibes I do from the Japanese people that I do the English people, and I don't feel like they're fitting the character the way it's supposed to. So that's the only reason I say that in this sense, and that's only for some shows. But yeah, that's the reason for this one.
I'm gonna keep it a stack too. When I was watching it in the dub, sometimes when they mention that how they want to be a hero or basically they're a bunch of vigilantes dressing up in costumes. So when they said they want to be a hero, sometimes in the dub it was so cringe, man. I felt embarrassed. I got secondhand embarrassment. And the first two seasons of the dub was really good, but season 3 onwards, I couldn't do it. The season 3 season in the sub though, it gets better and better every time. I enjoy it. When they say they want to be a hero, it doesn't sound. I don't get secondhand embarrassment. In the dub, bro, I'd be like, oh my fucking gosh. That's pretty much the end of the series. Oh, I really should add one more list. Basically, once again, if you were an anime from 2000 to 2015, with some exceptions in between, your dub was probably trash. I'm gonna keep it a stat. And during that time period, you're 9 out of 10 times you watch an anime in the sub, you're gonna enjoy it more. Now, it's not guaranteed. There's some animes that were the exception to the rule. But during that time period, there was a lot of bad dubs. Did we mention Demon Slayer?
We didn't actually mention Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer in the dub is way worse than the sub. That's just because of the quality of sub. I actually haven't even seen the whole show in dub. I've only seen parts of it in dub. So I really don't think it's like comes close to even sub.
Honestly, I think the sub is just way better.
I don't know, bro. We must be biased and something.
No, I'm not. It's not biased because I listened to the dub, and no cap.
I know you
Inosuke,
do.
Zenitsu, and Tanjiro sound like they all are the same voice actor.
Oh, they do. Oh,
They
God.
sound is what it sounds like to me. They sound really similar. I know Zenitsu sounds a little more bitchy, but Inosuke and Tanjiro, like no cap, sounds like the voice actor just making his voice sound deeper.
Bro, the way that Zenitsu's personality meets his voice is just, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm saying in a good way. Like, in the sub.
Yeah.
Like, you know how the clumsiness and, like,
Yeah,
the
it
shrieky
yeah, it
kind of, like, it
matches his
really
voice.
matches his voice. Tanjiro, same, and Inosuke, same. Is like a wild, like, the same personality you see, you get that kind of voice connection. Unlike in, once again, dub, where it's just, like, somebody voice acting a line. It just feels like that type of way.
Yeah, they don't feel like the character themselves.
Right.
It sounds
like
the
they're
same
trying
in
to
English.
become something when those guys are, like, you know, at the same time not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, also the sub in Demon Slayer is just a lot better. Like when you hear Tanjiro scream, you're like, "Rah!" And when like any of the moments basically in Tanjiro's,
Muzan talks, bro.
yeah, it
You're
sounds
you're just like here, bro. You're just
like he's actually a villain, even though he dresses like he's from the 1990s.
yeah. Well, he just sounds like a badass, bro.
Yeah,
He
And
sounds
even
scary. He he fits villain.
all the demons too, like all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Every upper moon besides the fifth one, the one that was in the fishbowl, that was shit.
That dude was so.
All the other upper moons, badass, and the voice act, they sound
Yeah.
menacing.
I think that was the point of his though. His was kind of like a cuckoo character, bro.
Be like sound like a pussy.
Yeah, I think that was
All right, but anyways, that's our list. Make sure you go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. This is kind of a hot take, so if you disagree with us, go ahead and leave it in the comment section down below. You don't have to dislike the video; just put it down in the comment section down below.
Let them know the mic quality. See how it is.
Yeah, let's know the mic quality. These are brand new mics, so we're trying to get the audio quality to be better, and then we'll eventually get to camera quality. But we're just trying to grow. Let's try to get to like 200 subscribers by
Next 2 months. Probably.
in the next 2
month or
months.
two, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I want to get to 500 possibly by July, but we'll see how we go. Anyways, MC Podcast signing out. Rest in peace to Akira Toriyama. Peace.
Deuces.